All right, hello and welcome to the Southbound Sports Report. I'm your host, Richie Leahy. I'm here with Matty B. This is our first time trying this, so hopefully the audio comes through. If not, I apologize for a shit episode in advance. But we're doing the Super Bowl pregame show. Right now I have up the lines, and we've been discussing this morning off the air. They have New England Patriots are the favorites over the Philadelphia Eagles by 4.5. And to me, I think that's the perfect line. Because it's at the point where I don't know if I would touch it, and right now I'm scared looking at it. And the over/under jumped up to 49. It was 48.5 last night, I think. So again, almost perfect lines. I'd like to get your thoughts on this, Matt. What do you think about this game going in?
Well, going in, I thought in the championship rounds, I was expecting high-scoring matchups, and I don't know if the NFC game covered the over, but I know that definitely the AFC side they didn't make it. So I'm curious to see how these teams start off. I don't think that I think both offenses are very good. I just don't know if the defenses are going to keep up. I think this is an over matchup for a Super Bowl. I think if the teams come out hot, you could really see a lot of points scored, which could lead to some really high ratings, which I think is what the NFL needs right now.
I agree, and I think it comes down to Nick Foles. We talked about it on the big show. We do the Southbound Sports Show Tuesday night live on Facebook at 9 p.m. every Tuesday. It's an hour-long show, so it's longer than these if you're a first-time listener. But the Patriots' defense has been awful all year. I think they were like 28th or something around there, overall total defense. And you're coming into a game, the question mark's on the quarterback. It's been on the quarterback all playoffs. Everyone has been picking the Eagles to be the upset pick. They're going to be eliminated. They're 13-3 in the regular season, and they've just been getting it done. I don't know if it's – the thing that scares me is right now Belichick had 2 weeks to prepare for Nick Foles, where these other teams in the playoffs, you had limited tape on him in this system. Most of his tape was when he was there for Chip Kelly, I believe. So you have a total system. It's kind of like scouting a brand-new quarterback. And I think Belichick has enough film now to shut this down. And I could see it being like a 24-21 game or 28-24, something around there. It's right at the line. But I'm going to say over. I've thought about it. I think it's going to go over. I think one team's going to go off, and I think it's just going to be a shootout, kind of like last year's. If Patriots get a lead, I think the Eagles will do whatever they can to come back, or vice versa. And I think the Patriots win. I don't think they cover, though. I think it's going to be down. It's going to be underneath that 4.5. It's either going to be 4 or 3 in my mind. Do you have anything else to add? You want to do your picks?
I'm going to go with the Eagles on this one, just because I think maybe tonight will prove me wrong. But I just wonder how much longer this New England magic is going to happen. With every Super Bowl that they win, there's some form of gate involved, whether it's Spygate, Deflategate, Investigate, whatever it is. There's always some kind of drama that surrounds a New England Super Bowl. Maybe this is the year that there's no speculation with it. It's just it ends up being where Philly wins and Belichick rides off into the sunset.
Well, people are throwing around speculations. There's a video of like Tom Brady kissing his son for a documentary he did. And everyone was saying that he went a bit overboard and was close to making out with them. So they tried to throw out some drama there. And they've also speculated that this could be Belichick's last game. And I know we talked about it a little bit before, but I don't know. Both parties, Tom Brady and Belichick, they've been speculating each year that it's the last year. Same with Ben Roethlisberger. We talk about it all the time. What do you think? Do you think he would walk away? Or does it depend on if they win or lose?
I think when ESPN ran their story, what was it, a month or two ago, about the drama with Kraft and Brady and Belichick and how their relationship is being fractured. If that story is true, that there really are the divisions that they have, Belichick has done enough with this team that I think he can comfortably walk away and leave it up for Kraft to put the pieces back together. And for Tom Brady to show that it was his offensive ability and the scheme and things that he's able to do checking at the line as opposed to Belichick's comprehensive system of player development, of situational awareness, and game preparation and management. I think if he comes back, then the story really doesn't have that much legs to it. But I think if he walks away, it definitely adds fuel to the fire that there really was some dissension within the organization and the hierarchy of management.
Yeah, it's going to be a big storyline. He could step away if they win and go out on top, like John Elway did. Maybe even at that point, I don't think he's going to get out of the game totally. I just think that's his personality. I think his wife was into coaching. I could be wrong on that, but you have that aspect of it. Tom Brady's already said that he's going to play into his 40s. So would Belichick, if there is this division, would he be the one to leave instead of getting management to push out Tom Brady? Which at this point, with the way salary caps are and things, you almost, if you're the Patriots, you almost want to guarantee Tom Brady is a Patriot his entire career. Sort of like Chipper Jones, who just got in the Hall of Fame for Major League Baseball. You have a chance right now. Let him play however long he wants. You've already won how many Super Bowls? And let him play until he's ready to retire and then do the rebuild. So it would throw a wrench in things if Belichick's like, you know what, I don't want to ride this out. I'm going to go ahead, retire, do whatever he wants. I don't know what his contract looks like. Is there a clause for him to retire for a year and get back in with another team? Because I just don't see... There's a different personality between him and like someone like Bill Cowher, who's able to step away, stay enough just in the game, doing like the analyst stuff. I think Belichick would be great at it. He's great at analyzing film, getting teams prepared. But I just don't know if he has the personality. Everyone always jokes about it. There's no personality there. Would he be willing to just step away? He's not. I don't know. I don't think he's that old. But either way, his legacy said he was a winner, even though they didn't really go over the top with the Browns, especially considering how awful the Browns are without him. And then the New England thing. Would he risk going to another team? What do you think?
After maybe my mind is a little bit tainted because this morning they had the Bill and Bill 30 for 30 on, which, by the way, if you haven't seen it, very good stuff. But how Bill Parcells was able to walk away from team, get out, and then realize I miss it and come back. I could almost see that being a Belichick thing because I do believe he's 65 right now. So for NFL coaching, he's kind of in the middle of the road, so where he could step away at this point, give a year or two off if he wanted to, and still be able to come back in and pretty much pick where he wanted to go and with what level of control he wanted to have.
And if he did do that, you would almost guarantee a bidding war. Because any team, it doesn't matter if you had a coach there for 12 years or whatever, you would want to be in on that bid. Just because you're not going to be able to find a coach of that caliber. It would be similar to if Nick Saban did that at Alabama. Kind of pulled the Urban Meyer, took a year off. There would be a bidding war of all bidding wars. I mean, it would be better than what John Gruden has right now. And Gruden stepped away for like 10 years or whatever. I think he's considerably younger. But he only has one Super Bowl. Bill Belichick would be 100 times that, the hype. So, I don't know. It's kind of an ego thing, though, too. Would he step away? But let's get back to the game. Right now, the Eagles, their weapons, they've done a good job putting weapons around Wentz and Foles. You have, I think the big pickup is Jay Ajayi, to be honest. And I'm looking just for spacing things out. Like, the Eagles are going to have so many options, and I think that's where the Patriots, right now, they bring in guys on defense. They kind of do, like, the defense by committee. And you just have so much depth and weaponry from the Eagles. Even if Foles doesn't really show up, I think they have enough to keep the game considerably close. What are your keys to the game?
Well, two of the lines that I've kind of looked at was, number one, what is the condition of the Philadelphia Eagles organization? Because through the course of the week, multiple players have been battling flu symptoms, hooked up to IVs, different things. Are those guys healthy and ready to go, or are they going to have a series of people that are, playing really, really sick tonight? The other thing that stands out to me is what kind of condition Matt Patricia has been in through the course of the week game planning. I know Belichick probably has been in his ear and trying to help keep him focused, But with him is he named the Lions head coach?
I believe so. I think
so. So they named him that. How much work has he been doing trying to prepare for the Lions off season while at the same time preparing? I don't think that his level of detail or his heart has to be in it as much for this game as it was maybe last year, where he didn't have that head coaching job waiting for him.
Yeah, and you're looking at that. Those are some key storylines because I hate it when coaches leave. Look at what Pat Shurmur did going to the Giants for the Vikings. Like, there's some speculation there that when you're interviewing, your mind's not on the game plan. And in the NFL, you have to bring 100% every week. And I don't know, is that a key detail? And it would be ironic. I don't know if ironic's a key word there, but if the Eagles made it to the Super Bowl for a second time against the Patriots, and for the second time had key players sick, because that was the thing. Donovan McNabb, they speculated that he didn't play well because he was sick in that game. So, I mean, how heartbreaking for a city for just dumb luck both times you get there that you have players sick. But we're going to wrap up here. You have any closing thoughts, Matt?
Just keep in your prayers the light poles and street poles that have to be lined with automotive grease to try to keep climbing them. Hopefully Philly doesn't burn down, because I would hate to have those fires spread to the good side of Pennsylvania.
Well, they did say that I don't think they're doing anything. They're kind of just like, they gave up. They threw their hands up in the air this time, and they're saying free for all.
No, I just read it this morning. They switched from Crisco, and they're using like heavy gear grease,
like God. So
automotive.
They went back, man.
They found something more like heavy duty because they had to try to at least pretend like they gave a shit.
Yeah, and then 5 years from now, if you ever go to Philly, you accidentally lean on a light pole, that shit will still be there, and you'll have it all over your shirt. I can just imagine the pain of living in Philadelphia, even if they lose. And then that's just a reminder of them losing. You're like, oh, crap, we got the grease on the light pole still. You rest their hand, then you touch your phone, you ruin your phone. So, interesting off-the-field storylines, but that's it for our pregame show. I'm gonna come back at halftime for sure and do a postgame show after the game. So we'll be live on Twitter. You can listen to this live on Twitter. It's a live audio stream, and I believe Jeff from Spacer Lace is gonna go live and do some extra gambling stuff through Periscope, I believe. So check that out. Make sure you follow us S-Bound Sports. If you're interested in the Southbound Sports Show, you can follow us Southbound Sports on Instagram and Facebook, and we'll see you guys at halftime.